Kotlin Control Flow. Control flow is how you make decisions and repeat actions in your code. Kotlin's control flow is similar to Java, but with important improvements. If and when are expressions that return values. When replaces switch and is much more powerful. In this video, you will master all of Kotlin's control flow tools. In Java, if is a statement. In Kotlin, if is an expression, it returns a value. This means you can assign the result of an if-else directly to a variable. You do not need the ternary operator from Java because Kotlin's if already does the same thing, and it is more readable. Here is if-else as an expression. The max function returns whichever value is larger. You can also chain if-else if for multiple conditions, like classifying a temperature into freezing, cold, nice, hot, or very hot. When if is used as an expression, the else branch is required. When is Kotlin's replacement for Java's switch statement. Each branch uses arrow to separate the condition from the result. Multiple values can share a branch with commas. When is an expression too, it returns a value. It is one of the features developers love most about Kotlin. When can match on ranges using the in keyword. For example, a score between 90 and 100 is excellent, between 80 and 89 is good, and so on. This is much cleaner than writing multiple if-else conditions. The else branch catches anything that does not match. One can also check types using the is keyword. After the type check, Kotlin automatically smart casts the value. So if you check that a value is a string, you can use string functions like length directly. No explicit casting needed, the compiler handles it for you. When used without an argument, one works like an if-else chain. Each branch is a Boolean condition evaluated from top to bottom. This is useful when your conditions are not based on a single value, but on multiple different checks. Starting from Kotlin 2.2, you can add guard conditions to when branches using the if keyword. This lets you check additional conditions after the pattern match. For example, you can match on a type and then check a specific property. Guard conditions keep your code flat and readable instead of using nested if statements. For loops in Kotlin, iterate over ranges and collections. Used for an inclusive range, like 1 to 5. Use down to for descending order. Use step to skip values. You can also iterate over collections directly with for item and list. No index variable needed. You can iterate over collections with an index using with index. This gives you both the index and the value in each iteration. You can also iterate over maps, which gives you the key and value pairs. These patterns make Kotlin loops cleaner than traditional index-based loops. The repeat function is a simple way to execute code a fixed number of times. It takes a count and a lambda with an index parameter. It is cleaner than a for loop when you just need to repeat something without caring about the range. Repeat is great for simple repetition tasks. Ranges in Kotlin are powerful. ... creates an inclusive range. The less than ... operator creates a range that excludes the end value. You can check if a value is in a range using the in keyword, or not in a range using exclamation in. Ranges work with numbers and characters. While loops run as long as the condition is true. Do while loops run at least once, and then check the condition. The difference is important. While might not run at all if the condition starts as false, but do while always runs at least once before checking. Break exits the loop immediately. Continue skips the current iteration and moves to the next one. These work the same as in Java. For nested loops, you can use labels to break or continue from a specific outer loop using the @ symbol with a label name. Let us see labels in action with nested loops. You define a label with a name followed by the @ symbol before the loop. Then use break at label or continue at label to control the outer loop. Without the label, break would only exit the inner loop. Let us compare Kotlin and Java control flow. In Java, if is a statement and you need the ternary operator for inline conditions. In Kotlin, if is an expression. Java has switch, which is limited. Kotlin has one which handles values, ranges, types, and conditions. Kotlin ranges replace Java's manual loop bounds. Here is FizzBuzz, a classic exercise using control flow. For numbers 1 to n, print FizzBuzz if divisible by 15, fizz if divisible by 3, buzz if divisible by 5, and the number otherwise. The when expression makes this clean and readable in just a few lines. Here is a practical example. Checking if a number is prime. The function uses a for loop with a range, an if condition, and an early return. Then a while loop finds the next prime number. This shows how all control flow tools work together in a real program. Here are common mistakes with control flow. Forgetting else when using if as an expression, the compiler needs all cases covered. Using when without covering all cases, add an else branch. Using a traditional C style for loop instead of ranges. Kotlin ranges are cleaner. And forgetting that when checks branches from top to bottom. In the next video, you will learn about functions in Kotlin. You will master basic function syntax, single expression functions, default parameters, named arguments, varargs, local functions, and extension functions. Functions are the building blocks that make your code reusable and organized. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more tutorials.